Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nelo and today we'll be making a pencil skirt with a neat finishing. So this client brought her material to me and she said she wants a pencil skirt, and she came along with one of her old skirt and said this is how I want the inside to be. Guys, I have not finished the inner part of my skirt like that. If you watch my 6-piece skirt, that is how I finished my skirt. But I told her the same and she said yes, that's why I brought the old one, so that you use it and make mine like that. So we are going to be doing that together. All right, so we'll be doing the inner finishing, neat finishing together. I've not done that before, but let's do it. Okay, so here is my starting line, which is my waistline. So I'll be minusing 2 inches for my band, and I am marking the hip, which is 9 inches. Okay, so if you're not that tall, you could use 8 inches for your hip line, and this is the knee line, 22. I'm using 22 for her knee line. And to fold your fabric, you will fold with your highest measurement plus sewing allowance. Okay, so I added 2 inches sewing allowance, but it was excess, so I had to reduce everything. So you should just add 1.5. okay. All right, so and the length I am working with is 40 inches plus 2 inches for folding allowance. Okay, so but that particular style, the finishing, you can use 4 or 3 inches for folding allowance. Okay, so I use 2 inches for my folding allowance. All right, so next thing I'm going to do now is to take my waist circumference divided by 4. Okay, the waist is 38 divided by 4 is 9.5 plus 1 inch for that. Okay, and 2 inches sewing allowance. But guys, make use of 1.5 for your sewing allowance. Okay, because this kind of skirt, the 2 inches, anyway, let's be going, you understand. So here is this hip circumference divided by 4. The hip is 40, that is 10 plus 2 inches for sewing allowance. And on the knee line here, I'm going to be minusing 2 inches from the hip, so I'll be marking 10. What I marked for that hip is 12. 10 plus 2 inches for sewing allowance, so I'll be using the exact 10. Okay, if you want it very pencil, you can still minus 2.5 or 3. Okay, and then on the ankle, on the hemline, okay, I'm going to mark exactly what I marked on the knee line on the hemline. Okay, so what I have here is what I'm going to mark on the knee line. So let me shift the camera so that you will see what I am marking. Okay, so here I'm going to mark the same 10 that I marked at the knee line. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to come down by 2.5 on the hip line. I came down by 2.5. okay, so I'm going to connect my marks together. Guys, if you have a hip curve, is going to be perfect. In fact, I think that is the next thing I'm going to buy, because this pattern master, I don't really know how to curve my hip with it. It's giving me problems, seriously. So but I'm just going to manage it anyhow. But hip curve is really necessary. Okay, if you want to get everything perfect and accurate, you need one, and I'm going to get one for myself too. All right, so I'm connecting all my points. Okay, so I'm connecting from the knee line to the hemline. Guys, if you notice I'm breathing heavily, I'm very sorry. I'm tired and I needed to put voice on this video. So guys, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, share with your friends and family, and also leave a comment below. Okay, and subscribe if you've not done so. So on the waistline of the front, I'm going to come down by 1 inch, okay? Just to give the front a nice curve. Then I'll connect it to the waistline, okay? On the center front of the waistline, I came down by 1 inch and then I connect like so. And I'm not going to be cutting that point, okay? I'll be cutting from the other waistline. Okay, so now I'm going to cut from this, not here, but from the first waistline, okay? I'm going to cut that one later after I have cut the back panel, all right? So guys, now I'm going to fold my fabric again for the back. So I'm so sorry that I have already marked. I paused my camera. I did not know that I forgot to on it when I was marking the back panel, but I'm going to show you what I did after I cut it out, okay? I will show you how I cut, how I marked it after I cut, okay? It's just like normal bag, just to add 1.5 zipper allowance, but as you can see the shape, you'll notice that it's not only the zipper allowance I added the boot illusion, okay? So I'm going to show you how I got to that point when I am done cutting, all right? So guys, this is what I did. On the hip line, I'm going to mark my darts first of all. So I'm marking my nipple to nipple, which is 4. 8 divided by 2 is 4, all right? So, and I'm taking the dart length, which is 5 inches, okay? 4 inches for the front, 5 inches for the back, all right? And then I'm connecting like so, all right? And then I am going to mark 1/2 inch on both sides. I'm trying to check if it's the same 4 inches, okay? So now I'm going to mark 1/2 inch on both sides of the dart, okay? And then I'll connect like so, all right? And then the next thing I'm going to do is to notch the dart so that it will also get to the back, so that when I'm sewing I will know where my dart is, not marking it again, all right? Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I got the back, okay? So this is what I did here. On this hip line, okay, I came out by 1.5 inch. On the hip line, I came out by 1.5 inch, okay? And then I connected it like so. From that point, I marked up to the waist like so, okay? And then I marked from that point to the knee line like this, okay? Just the way I am marking it. This is for the boot illusion, just to get that curve effect at the back, okay, at the boot area. And then from there, now I now mark my 1.5 was for zipper allowance up to the hemline, and then I cut it out, and the other side remains the same, okay? So now I am cutting my band. The band is 3 inches wide, and the length is 1/2 of my waist circumference, okay? So I'm going to cut 2 of this. This is for the front panel, all right? The front panel, which is 1/2 of the waist plus the sewing allowance of 2 inches, okay? So the front panel is 2 pieces, okay? This is for the front. The waist divided by 2 is 19. 19 plus 2 inches for sewing allowance. That's what I'm cutting is 21. And I'm going to cut exactly the same for the back. The back panel is going to be 4 pieces, okay? Because the back panel is 2. So it's going to be 4 pieces, all right? So I'll be cutting 4 pieces, which is 9.5, all right? Plus the sewing allowance, okay? So here is the back panel. I notched my dart area. I'm going to sew the dart now, okay? So here is the band. I ironed an interfacing on one band, and then I did not iron on the other one. I sew with 1/2 inch, and then on the skirt, on the main fabric, I have sewn my dart, and then I place the gummed part on the skirt like so. Okay, and then I stitch with 1/2 inch sewing allowance. Okay, remember we minus 2 inches for our band. All right, and I cut the band 3 inches, which is 1/2 inch for joining of the 2 band and 1/2 inch for attaching the band to the skirt. Okay, as you can see, I have sewn my zip, and I also did the same for the back. Like I told you, the back is 4 pieces. I have sewed just like the front, and then I place the band, the gummed area on the skirt, and then I stitch. Okay, you could just place your back pieces and trace your band. It will be very easy for you. And then here I started my stitches from where I want the slit to start to end, from where I want my zip to end. Okay, I don't know if you understand. I stitch the back area from the zipper allowance. Okay, the zip allowance is 7 inches long. Okay, from this band area, the gummed band area is 7 inches. Okay, and then I sew down to where I want my slit to start. That is where I stopped my stitching. Okay, so now I'm going to attach my zip. Okay, so guys, like I said, on my 6 pieces skirts, I always say that I don't like using skirt zip because it disappoints some of my clients. So I prefer using the longer zip, and then I'll just mark the length I want. So I marked 10 inch here, and then I'm going to mark there. Okay, that is the length I want for my zip. So I prefer using this long zip because it looks stronger. Okay, and then I'm going to place that where I marked that 10 inch here, this part of the band. Okay, from here I'm going to place the 10 inch I marked there, and then I'll measure my 1.5 for zipper allowance first of all. Okay, so here is the 1.5 that I left for the zip, and then I'm going to place the 10 I marked on the zip here like so, and then I'll pin it down and sew down. I'll do the same on the other side too. Okay, all right guys, I have attached my zip. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to zip it down and cut the excess. Okay, make sure you zip down before you cut the excess so that you will not cut your zip out. All right, so this is how it looks on the right side. Make sure that the band everywhere is aligned. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to cut out the excess zip. All right, so I'm going to zip it down like so. So I'm going to cut. So guys, like I said, this is my first time of sewing this kind of finishing. All right, so I forgot, I made a mistake. I was not supposed to cut the zip all like that. Okay, I was supposed to leave a little zip and then open up that area. Okay, the place I am pointing arrow, that I was supposed to open up there and chook the zip inside and sew. Okay, as you can see what I'm showing you now. So I'm supposed to hold my zipper mouth there, or else if I zip up, you see that zip will pull out. Okay, so I'm going to now stitch here a little. I'll just fold it like this. Since I forgot to leave some zip, I'll just stitch a little here. Okay, so that is what I'm going to do now. But learn from my mistake. If you want to sew it, cut your zip and leave like 1/2 inch, and then you pull it inside. You open that point and pull it inside, and then stitch it again here. Okay, so that is what you are going to do. So for me, I'm going to come in a little that point because I've already made that mistake. All right, so you see what I'm going to do there. I will show you when I stitch there. Okay, then after that, I am going to place my skirt right side facing the right side. Okay, the front and the back facing each other like this. After I have stitched that zip area I showed you guys, so I'm going to stitch here down with the sewing allowance I added. Okay, and then now for the back, okay, this boot area, you just turn it. Let me turn it and show you guys. What you are going to do at this boot illusion area is that you're going to pull it. Okay, you pull it and it's going to be a little bit bigger than the front panel. That is okay, is because of the boot illusion. So you pull it, you see you have a little excess here, that's fine. Okay, you pull it when shaping your skirt so that the skirt will lap properly at the boot area. All right, okay, so pull it when sewing so that the skirt will lap properly at the butt area. Okay, okay, it's okay if you have excess, don't worry, just trim it out after you sew. Okay, so I will do that and then I'll be back. So guys, as you can see, I have shaped the skirt and I am trimming out the excess. I have trimmed out the other excess before. Okay, so this is what I was telling you about. As you can see, this is how I stitch. I hold the zip mouth so that when you zip up like this, like so, it will not pull out. Okay, as you can see, it's holding it. Okay, so that is what I meant by what I was telling you guys, and this is the shape we are looking for. So this is how it's going to look, and this is the front part. So now the next thing is the lining. So I sewed the lining. I also cut the lining. Sorry to, I did not mention that. I cut the lining exactly the same way I cut the skirt, except the band. Okay, so and I have sewn my lining, the dart and the side seam. I joined them together too. Okay, I sew my lining. I've shaped the two sides together, and then I also put the darts for the back and darts for the front, just exactly the way I cut the skirt, the Ankara. That is the way I cut the lining. So what I'm going to do now is, the only difference is that I also hemmed the down part. The only difference is that I did not sew the zip area. Okay, because that's what we are going to use to turn our skirt. Okay, so I placed the skirt wrong side facing the wrong side. I mean the lining wrong side facing the wrong side of the skirt. So I'm going to turn it this way, flip it over this way. Okay, and start stitching from here, just from this zipper, this down band area, because remember you're going to cover this band later. Okay, so I'm going to pin there. So I'm going to start. I also pin this other side, just flip this way to the right side. Make sure the right side is facing the right side, like so. Okay, and then you're going to pin. So guys, I pinned everything up to the down because I don't want a situation whereby after sewing I'll lose and start sewing again. So I pinned it to see how it will be before I sew. Okay, so let me pull the inside so that you will see. So you are going to stitch like so. From here down, okay, to where the lining ends. Okay, you're going to sew down to where the lining ends, right? So I'm going to do that and then I'll be back. I'll do that on the other side. So guys, here is it. As you can see, they are on different side. Okay, so they are different. So I'm going to, this is how I sew it. As you can see, I stitch down to the where the lining ends, and I'm going to use the band to cover it like this and sew this way, and then pull up again, and then okay, so I'm trying to show you what I did here. I also sew the same way, right side facing right side, up to the end of the lining. And I have also used hemming gum to hem the skirt, the down of the skirt, with the 2 inches I left. Okay, so And I ended up using 2.5 inch. Okay, I added 2.5 inch for the hem, and this is the inside, guys. So the work is coming out small sha. So this is how the inside is going to look. Okay, so and this lining this upper lining, I tried ironing it, but it's not it's not straightened. So I'm going to leave it like this until after I'm done. I'm going to pour water and use it to iron it properly. Okay, so I needed this. Skirt is kind of urgent work. So can you see the down part? This is how the down is going to look like. And one good thing about this line is that if it's too tight or too small, you can open it here like this and reshape it. Okay, you can reshape this skirt with this method. You can still reshape. Okay, so there is no big deal. If it's too small or too big, you can shape it from there. Just pull the lining up and shape. And here I'm going to still use hemming gum to hold this place. Okay, and I will tack it with a needle and thread. All right, even the hemline, I'll still use needle and thread to tack it so that when you wash your skirt, it's not going to pull off or something. All right, so next time I'm going to make my lining a little bit longer. Okay, but this is my first time. Oh, like I said, I'm not going to lie, so I'll make my lining a little bit longer next time. Anyhow, okay, so now we are going to close the band. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I close the band. All right, so just pull here like so, and then I stitch here, and I'll do the same to the other side. I'll be back. So guys, as you can see, I have sewed here. I'm going to trim the excess out. Okay, I have excess, so I'm going to trim that out. Trim this part too. Okay, so here, this place, I noticed that my thread was jumpy, so it did not sew here. So let me use this other side to show you guys. Okay, you fold this way. All right, so as you can see, my hand is coming out here. I did not sew that part very well. The thread was jumpy. So this other side, this is how I'm going to fold my lining and my band like this. You just push the lining up and fold your lining, your band with like 1/2 inch. Okay, and then you pin it down. Okay, so you just keep pushing your lining upward, and then you fold the band with 1/2 inch, and then you pin it down. Okay, okay, so you're gonna sew here like so. You start from this point, from the front, you sew, and it will be catching the back. Okay, so guys, this is the final look. At least if I'm to give myself a mark, I'll give myself 45. I try. Let me know what you think about this finishing on the comment section. Like and share this video, and also give this video a thumbs up if you think I try. If you think I try, like this video. Like I said, this is my first time of attempting this finishing. If you watch my 6-piece skirt, you will see how I finish my skirt. You will be seeing the zip. Okay, but this one, she brought her skirt and it's exactly like this, that she make something like this. So I think I try now. First attempt. Maybe when I try the next time, it's going to be better. Thank you guys for watching. I love you all. See you in my next tutorial. Bye.